And even if you're like, oh, I sent a photo on Snapchat to him so he can't even screenshot it, it's completely fine. Like, it's only for a few seconds. They can't like screenshot it or else I'll know. How many of us have second devices, an iPad, a computer, our friend's phone? Welcome back. It's your host, Halli Smith, for another episode of Girl Core. Rat count. Do you guys want to know how many rats I found? Like, I saw 10 rats. And I'm not talking like cute little ratatouille, like Chef Boyardee. Ooh la la. This is the shit that started the plague rats. Like the rats in New York, those are the ones descendants from the plague. Those are the New York City rats. And I'm also like, New York City's like, oh my God, like, why do we have a rat problem? Maybe because you throw your trash on the street like an animal? What happened to trash cans? Why can't New York just have baby little trash cans? Like they have those little miniature ones. And then they don't have to throw their raw trash just into a plastic bag and put it on the street. That's going to attract rats, raccoons, and all types of little nasty critters. I feel like we're always seeing like things about New York, like, we got to crack down on the rats. Guys, it's right in front of you. The trash. It's so gross. I get that New York City is super fun because it's a cultural hotspot. It is amazing in that way. Like, besides the rat problem, it's an amazing city. It's so culturally diverse. The food, the people, the ambiance. It is a go-getter grind city. Like, I get why it is really drawn so many people, but I just don't like that type of busyness and claustrophobia. Being bumped into all the time, no. I have a personal bubble. I have a quite big personal bubble, maybe bigger than other people's, because I really don't like people bumping into me. My friend, we're sitting on the New York City subway, right? It got really crowded. We're standing. My friend is really short. She's standing in front of another short girl. We're on the train. And this woman coughs on my best friend's face. Just hot air blows on her face, literally moves her hair. I literally watched it and I was just like, oh my God. I come back from New York and I catch a freaking cold. And I'm like, no wonder I caught a cold, a sickness in New York, because literally people are coughing straight on you. Why did everybody stop coughing in their elbow? Why did we all just forget the common decency of covering your cough? I was also just on my flight to New York, and this guy would turn to the aisle, because I was on the outside aisle seat and he was across from me diagonally. He would just turn to the aisle, stick his mouth out and go, eh. It literally was the most disgusting thing. People just lacking manners in the airport and on the plane of covering their cough. I used hand sanitizer like a crazy person. Every single time we got on the subway, off the subway, touched anything, a doorknob, clothing, anything I touched, I was to my friends, give me your hands, everybody. I'm the friend who whips out the hand sanitizer and I'm like, every single one of you little rats, give me your hand. I'm not trying to get sick. I get sick. I literally get home and at first, like, I felt something in my nose and I was like, I'm thinking I'm feeling a little stuffy. All of a sudden, it goes from stuffy to full-on sick. I'm down. I'm rotting. And that is not what I had planned, because obviously when I go on vacation, I'm on vacation. I'm having fun. I'm with the girls. So when I came back this week, I had a lot of things to do, a lot of stuff to get done. I'm busy. And then I also have the podcast. Luckily, I was feeling better today. Yesterday, I was down bad. And having to talk for this long on a podcast, it is draining on your voice. After a podcast, I wash my face, chug water, sit and disassociate for about 5-10 minutes, and then I go sit down and I begin editing the whole entire podcast. Some days I'm really smart and I get the podcast done early. That way I can edit over a couple days and break it up. But because of this week's tight schedule, I am doing this really last minute. So I'm going to have to edit tonight and get it all done and posted right away. Okay, I know I'm from LA, but I swear I don't talk with that much of a nasally accent as I do today because I have this cold in my nose. It's all right here, congested. Yesterday was worse. Like, my eyes were super red and watery. You know when you're sick and you get those glassy eyes? Like, your eyes look extra shiny, red, irritated. Sick eyes have like that glassiness to it. So I just looked so beat up yesterday. I did not feel cute. Even today, like, I tried to get cute, but it wasn't my best. I do look cute on camera. I guess I did decently, but I decided last night to wash all my makeup brushes. And then I forgot to completely dry them all the way, so they still weren't completely wet. So I just had to use my fingers and use whatever products I could without my brushes. The whole point being, I tried to be as clean as possible in New York, and yet me, the one who did the most amount of washing my hands, taking my vitamins, taking my zinc, I'm the one that got sick. Annoying. It is really gross being sick too, because back home, the weather in California is super nice, hot, warm, sunny. And when you're sick and it's hot outside, it feels disgusting. Like, having a stuffy nose when it's hot is the worst. I think I got sick one time when I was in Italy over the summer with some friends, and it was blazing hot. It was probably like 95 degrees out, maybe like 32 degrees out Celsius. I was baking hot with a super bad cold in Italy. My nose was super stuffy. I remember that day, where did we go? Oh, we were in Florence and we went to this really pretty church. It's a super big dome. Anyways, we went there. I was super sick. We have these photos where I'm with my friends. I can just see the pain in my eyes because there's nothing worse than being, first of all, sick on vacation, but as well as being sick on a hot summery vacation and you're all stuffy and you just want to sit in an AC and Europe doesn't freaking have AC. That's not to say that everywhere in Europe doesn't have AC because I don't want the Europeans to come at me. And yes, I know Europe, there's multiple different countries, but it's easier just to say Europe now. But on the bright side in New York, I love the food. First of all, had some amazing chicken 𝙤𝙧𝙖𝙢. That was delicious. I went to this place called Parm, which is like this Italian restaurant that everybody was raving about. It was good. It was a little bit cheesy for me. It's Italian food, but it was very heavy. We went to this one restaurant called 𝙤𝙤𝙧𝙖𝙢. The only thing I would say is, yeah, the food was a little heavier and greasier than I like. Anyways, we're trying to get super crunk. It's my friend's birthday. We went to this fun karaoke bar, if you could call it that. We wanted individual karaoke rooms where we could go with our friends and have our own private room to do karaoke. But we somehow just Googled this place real quick and we went up into this karaoke joint and it was just like a bar and they had all these TVs around. They were all playing the same song with lyrics and then they would just like pass around the microphone and you would sing the song up on the TV and you could put in a request for a song on the TV. And then eventually when it was your song, they would just like run to whoever's song it was with the microphones from whoever last was using it. But like the fucking karaoke place like didn't even turn up the microphone that loud. Like it was super low. At one point, we're like, they can't even hear us. So we were on the karaoke like mic, like, and then all of a sudden, like later on, we hear them pass the microphone and this one guy singing. And we're like, that is terrible. And we're like, wait, shit, guys. The microphone is on just enough. You can hear us. So our shitty ass tipsy voices, you were able to hear screaming over the microphone because we thought it didn't work. That was messy. It was a cool bar, but definitely grungy, a little bit crusty, a little bit dirty. Luckily, it was dark, so you couldn't see anything, so you didn't really know how gross it was. But it definitely was a little bit of a random karaoke bar. Not exactly the vibe we had, but it was fun, to say the least. But it was such a fun trip. We had fun at the karaoke bar, tried lots of good food, and shopping. Shop till you drop. We went to Soho and went crazy. We were at all these different stores. We went to the giant Brandy Melville. We went to, I don't even know, we hit so many stores. We went to, I don't even know how to say it, 𝙄𝙣𝙧𝙖𝙢. My friends put me onto that. They have really cute clothing. I didn't get anything, but they have cute clothing. They have Dolce Vita, which has the most amazing shoes in general. Like if you want really cute boots, heels, sneakers, Dolce Vita is it. Really quality. I actually was wearing Dolce Vita sneakers. I didn't even realize until I came to the store and the girl was like, oh my God, I love the sneakers, Dolce Vita. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh shit, yeah, these are really good sneakers. And we shopped till we dropped. Funny enough, but it was so fun because when we were out shopping and just being around New York, I actually got to run into so many of my amazing girls in the Girl Core gang, my pink water bottle listeners. I met so many of you guys out in New York. It was so fun. You guys were coming up to me. It was fun to talk to you guys, take photos. I had such a blast. If you ever meet me in person, send me the photo. Get me on Instagram, message me the photo because I just want to see the photo. You know, sometimes I'm like paranoid. Like, did I look cute in that photo? This one girl, we took a photo together and I was super sweaty. I was super hot after being in the stores. And I was just like, I absolutely would love this because if you send me a photo that you took with me, I'm going to send it to my mom because my mom loves that. She's so proud of my TikToks and my podcast. So let me see it. I love to see it. And everybody was so sweet. I love meeting you guys. Never feel scared to come up to me and talk to me. Sometimes I just have a very focused face. I got a DM from a girl and she was like, yeah, I saw you when you were with your friends in New York. And I was like, you should have come up and said hi. And she was like, girl, you would look like you were walking with a mission. Like, I didn't want to interrupt you. And I was like, oh my gosh. Guys, I have been known my whole entire life to have a very intense walk. Like, when I'm going somewhere, I am walking, okay? I've got my eye on the prize. I have a very, like, I don't know if aggressive walk is how I would say it, but I just have a very stern kind of like, I'm getting where I'm going walk. And I've had this since high school. I don't know why I walk so fast and with so much, like, energy in my walk when I'm out in public, but I just like to get where I'm going. And also, I don't like slow walkers. I'm such a fast walker, so I'm always like speeding through people and I'm just like in my head thinking. Like I'm usually thinking like very happy things. I'm just like, yeah, I can't wait to go get this food. I'm gonna get a nice coffee. But on my outside, I'm just like, hi. So do not be intimidated of me if you see me walking really aggressively in public. I swear I'm nice. I just have a really intimidating walk and I usually have a very straight face. My relaxing face looks a little cunty. I do understand that, which is funny though, because I'm so bubbly, laughy, and just like, ah. But when I'm just chilling, I promise I'm nice. You just have to say hi to me. But being in New York was such a fun freaking trip because it was amazing just to be with my friends and live this life, to have the privilege to travel and do these things is such an amazing gift. I try to remind myself that all the time whenever I go anywhere because I know what it's like to not be able to travel and not have the money to do things. The reason I work so hard in my life, whether it be on TikTok or on my Mattress Actress account, is so I can share it with those I love in my life, with my friends, with my family. Do my friends take advantage of my bot money? Yes, they do. You know why? All my friends use my TV streaming platforms, HBO Max, Disney, Amazon, Hulu. When I open my freaking HBO or like my Netflix, there's like 7 people. It's like this friend, this friend, this friend, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you know what? They do use me. They use me for my streaming platforms because my friends know I can't cancel any plans now. I got my 7 children on there. I'm not going to abandon my friends. They all need to watch their TV too, you know? Honestly, I will do anything for my friends. My friends have always been there for me. Them mooching off of my streaming platforms, I will give my friends anything they want. I love them. But that's honestly why I have to be so careful of the people in my life because I'm such a giving person, which it sounds kind of narcissistic. Like I'm such a giver, but no, I really do love to give back to my friends. Not because I'm just being nice, but honestly because they've given so much to me. When I needed help, when I needed somebody there, when I needed a place to stay or food, like whatever it may have been, they have been there for me emotionally, physically. I have lived with so many of my friends full time in high school who helped me and really led me on the path to where I am now and made me feel comfortable and safe enough to be myself. And to have amazing friends like I do in my life to support me through it has been absolutely amazing. I just want to have enough money to buy a house so I can have all my friends move in with us and then we can just live happily ever after and create a giant commune with my homies and my dogs and we can all be super happy. So bot money really does provide me the opportunity to give back to those that matter to me. I got one of the best DMs from a girl. She told me, Halli, I was sending noodles to my man. I was sending some pics and I tried the steamy mirror technique. When I tell you my man was so thirsty, she was like, it was amazing. He was speechless. So I've got some tips on sending some amazing noodles to your partner. The first one, the steamy mirror technique, is pretty much take a hot shower, get it really nice and steamy. The mirror's all covered up with fog. And then when you get out the shower, what you can do is either you can kind of wrap a towel around yourself or you can be in the noodle because just wipe a little bit of steam on the bathroom mirror right where you want to show off, whether it's the tatas, the kitty cat, a little bit of the bum, but just make a small little wipe. My favorite is just to do the chesty and just make a small little wipe there, scoop underneath the girls during the photo, and then have your phone like this, and then you'll take the picture and everything else the fog is going to cover. They won't be able to see that part of your body. They'll kind of stick an outline, but not really. So if you're taking a picture of the girlies and you just wipe that little fog, they're just going to see a perfect little silhouette of you and the tatas. And that trick can be used in so many different ways. You could also sit on the sink, wipe a bit of the lower mirror in your bathroom, and then take a noodle, kind of arching it, facing backwards. This whole upper half is going to be covered with the fog, but the bottom half is going to be showing off. That is one of my favorite noodle techniques. The second nude photo idea I absolutely love is also in the bathroom. You're already in your birthday suit, so it's the perfect place to send a little selfie to your partner. Men love the shower, the bathroom, because they always think something kind of spicy is happening. Like when you text your man, okay, I'm going to hop in the shower, and they're like, without me? Because they know you're getting in the birthday suit when you're in there. The second photo idea is the wet look. What you're going to do is you're going to have your phone, set it down on the counter, get into the shower and just rinse your hair. Lean back and get your hair super wet, not your face because you want to keep your face looking cute. Wet your body a little bit and then grab your phone and take a photo in the shower. Your hair is kind of dripping wet. It's really pretty. It's really cute. Your body is dripping water. It looks super hot. But think of all those beautiful like Dior and Chanel perfume ads and they have the beautiful woman getting out of the ocean or a pool and her hair's dripping wet. You can't go wrong. And there's so many angles you can find while you're looking like a little wet mermaid in the shower and send them that photo. You can cover parts, you can show everything, fully up to you. Okay, the last one that is really cute too is when you get out of the shower. This can be in your bedroom, in front of a body mirror, or just a selfie. Have a little towel or your robe on and be half undressed. Open the robe a little bit where it's just showing the girlies. Maybe have the towel, but it kind of slips down a little bit, revealing one of the tatas, and take a selfie like that. And then you can just say, just got out the shower. Hey, babe, just got out the shower. What are you doing right now? Just doing my little after shower routine, something like that where it gets the conversation going. but also hinting at, "Hey, babe, I'm not wearing anything. Hey, babe, I'm in my birthday suit." It's super hot. Men love it because you're ensuing to something else. The good thing about a good nude photo, it has a hook. It has something that the guy is going to want to be like, "What's happening right now?" It leaves so many options to say something back. Obviously, any nude photo is a hot photo and they should be grateful. The secret to a good noodle photo is it has something that your partner has to say something. It gets them hooked. It gets them wanting more. That is the secret to a good noodle photo. It's not giving up everything all at once for your partner. It's the idea of you see just a little bit of this and you could have more later. A noodle is supposed to be enticing and get them going. Now, that's different from full-on spicy texting where you could really show everything. But a sexy, hot little noodle photo is just for fun. It's just to get them thinking. These are super hot to send them when they're at work, when they're at a party. If you want to get your man's attention when he's with the boys, send him a little spicy noodle picture. Use the steamy mirror technique. Send him one of those photos. Send him one of the wet shower photos, thinking about you and when he can get home to you. It is honestly the perfect tactic. If you know your man is out with his friends, send him a little spicy surprise. And I promise you will be the only thing on his mind. He's going to be with the boys, but his mind's going to be somewhere else. Do be careful when you send nudes to anybody. You have to think about if this was leaked, if this was shown to others, because you never know. Trust that if you are sending these photos to a person, they are not going to share them because you never know. And even if you're like, "Oh, I sent a photo on Snapchat to him so he can't even screenshot it," it's completely fine. Like, it's only for a few seconds. They can't screenshot it or else I'll know. How many of us have second devices, an iPad, a computer, our friend's phone? Do not trust Snapchat for your noodles just because it has a screenshot they'll tell them. They could easily grab a second device and take a picture of the picture that you sent. I have literally done that myself. If somebody sends them a spicy photo and they want to show it to their girlfriend and be like, "Oh my God, look what he sent me," they will just grab their iPhone, computer, iPad, and take a photo of that Snapchat and then show their friend. So if you don't want your noodles getting leaked, do not only trust Snapchat. You have to be smart with who you send it to, and especially if you are somebody going into a certain career choice where you really need a good, clean digital footprint, do not send noodles. It's not worth it in case somebody did leak them or something happened, or even if you broke up with your partner and then they choose to spread those photos as hate porn after you break up. You never want that to happen. And I know it's, "Babe, we're not going to break up." You never know. So just be smart about it. All right, questions of the week. Let's get into it, guys. You have had some really good questions. Okay, first one. "Hi, Hallie. I need some advice. So I basically have a crush on this boy who lives in another city. We have been friends since we were kids. A girl from his high school recently followed me, and that girl also likes him. I don't know what to do. Me and that girl have been texting for a few days, getting to know each other, but I'm not sure if she's trying to get some information about him or if she's trying to ruin our friendship. She's super kind towards me, so I'm confused. If you know another girl likes a guy that you like and she's trying to become all buddy, do not trust her, especially if that person goes to another school and you guys have no friends in common. The only thing that you share with that person is a common interest for that same guy. That is a red flag. Either she's going to use that information to become closer with him, or she might turn it around on you and be like, "Oh yeah, blah, blah, blah told me this and this about you." She's not really somebody you can trust. So you got to be careful because she could spin that information in so many different ways. And why else would she all of a sudden want to become friends with you just because you like the same guy? Weird, suspicious. I have my yellow flags going up. Unless you guys had common ground before that, I don't know, you play the same sport, have the same friends, connection outside of him, but only coming to you because she knows you like him too is suspicious. Personally, I think she's just trying to snoop out the competition and see what she's working with, find your weak spot, or find what she can work her way into him. So be careful of that. It's very weird. So watch yourself. Next question. "I need your help, but I can't ask this publicly." Good thing you came to me. What if his pink water bottle is literally the actual size of your pink water bottle? I do not know what to do. Can you help me? If your man has a really thick pink water bottle, the thing is, it's going to be hard if you have a smaller mouth or anything like that because it's so wide. The circumference is tricky. If you could get your mouth over the tip of it, perfect. Because then you can suck and play with the tip and then at the same time be using your hands. But if they have a really big, thick pink water bottle, the best thing is the tongue. You can trail it up and down, do swirls around it on the tip at the base while you're using your hands at the same time. Use your hands, get as much spit as possible, make sure it's nice and slippery, no friction whatsoever. But then at the same time, using your hands and the tip of the tongue to go up and down and swirl around. You could smack it on the tongue to keep it wet, keep it slippery, but also keep it engaged. Do not underestimate the power of the tongue. You can swirl it around, lick it up and down. You need to think of this thing like a lollipop. That will definitely help you because at the same time, you can use your hands and keep it nice and slippery. I definitely recommend you try that if it is that big. There are other tricks you can use, such as rings and other add-ons that you could find, like a little cock ring or something like that to help engage the entire thing if it is that big. Next question. Hey girly, do you have any advice for a girl who's never come during sex? I'm all good by myself. I can come easily, but with my boyfriend, I feel very uncomfortable and I can't relax. I'm curious if you have anything about that. What to do if you cannot reach the big O with your partner, but you can easily do it by yourself. That's not weird. That usually happens to a lot of women. It's just because it really is hard for us to relax with our partner. Sometimes we're just really in our head, and sometimes they may not know exactly what to be doing for us. Your partner needs to know, and you need to communicate, because if you're able to do that and reach the big O by yourself, obviously they are not doing something that you need. So what I would say is to do it together. Do a little bit of solo, okay, masturbation, do a little bit of solo time in front of each other, watching each other. Lots of us are visual learners, so guide your partner to show them exactly what you need and what you like. Do a little solo DJ set down there and even finish. That way they can fully see what does she do to get to that big O. If he's saying, okay, she starts slow at first, then she adds a finger, and then she goes quicker, she stops for a second, and then goes back at it. It might be this kind of routine that you have with yourself, and you need to show him and make him a part of the routine. Lots of us are visual, hands-on. This could be for anybody, guy, girl. If you're having problems with a guy and he can't finish, watch what he does. Literally have him complete the show in front of you. Have him reach the big O. Watch it and analyze what's happening. Same for him. Hi, Halli. I love your podcast. I'm super embarrassed to tell a guy that I'm a virgin. I'm so scared and I don't know how to bring it up. What do I do? How to bring it up that you haven't lost your V card? When do you tell somebody that? I would say you don't have to immediately blurt it out when you start dating or even talking to somebody. I would honestly wait until things start heating up and you know it's going that way. Like you guys have been doing some smooching and now you notice like, okay, we're about to maybe even start to go below the waist. Then I would mention it to them. I'd be like, hey, by the way, can we just slow it down a little bit? I'm new to this. I actually am still a virgin. I haven't lost my V card yet. It could just be like, I have been waiting for the right moment or the right time. It usually helps somebody to understand better why or just like how you're feeling. You could be like, yeah, I've just been waiting for the right moment. And as well, I'm a little bit nervous about it. I just want to make sure it's as good as I can make it. People will be super understanding. But if they're like, oh, come on, no, let's just do it now. And they're not respecting you or even trying to have a conversation, that's a red flag. Somebody should ask you questions. Okay, we don't have to do anything. Do you want to do this? That is a green flag where they're like, oh, there's no pressure. We can end this right now. We can just continue, go back to smooching and do nothing else. It's okay to explain what you're nervous about or your anxiety if it's your first time. You can be like, yeah, I'm just nervous. It's going to hurt. That way they know, oh, okay, she's nervous, it's gonna hurt. We're gonna do a lot of warm up. Just let me know if you feel anything wrong or if you wanna change the pose. But that's usually how you do it. Wait till the moment where you feel things heating up. And then you can tell them, obviously you can mention it beforehand. If they're talking about it, ooh, I would love to come over to your house or I'd love to get together. And you can tell they're trying to meet up for that action. You can then bring it up and be like, yeah, I'm actually a virgin. I haven't lost it yet. And then they'll be like, oh, totally understandable. We can wait. We can do whatever. That's a green flag. There's no wrong or right way to do it. All right, next question. Hi, Halli. I saw your TikTok talking about Disco Kitty when it has a little bit of smell down there. You recommended using baking soda in the bathtub, but the problem is I don't have a bathtub. What can I do? Disco Kitty is when you have a little bit of a stink down there. Maybe you just worked out. Maybe you've just had a long day and it's a little stinky down there. Maybe you're wearing the same underwear or underwear that aren't breathable. And then you get a smell down there and it doesn't just go away after a shower. I recommended on a TikTok video that you could try a baking soda bath because that really helps. Apple cider vinegar bath, things like that. Eating your probiotics, Greek yogurt, kombuchas, those can all help with the smell down there, just bouncing out your pH. There's no need for cleansing inside of there, putting any weird products up there. You don't need to do any of that. I love taking these pH pills that are by O positive. If you want to try the baking soda bath, but you don't have a bath, I'd recommend you just take the probiotic pills. As well, you can also take apple cider vinegar pills. That can really help. The bath idea is just nice if you want to soak. It's like a nice, relaxing spa night. You don't need to do the whole combination. If you don't have the pills, you can do this. But if you don't have a bath, you can just take the pills. All those things will really help you down there if you have a little disco kitty. It happens to the best of us. All right, guys, that wraps up this episode of Girlcore. If you want to listen more, you can catch Wednesday episodes on here, link down below. If not, I'll catch you next Sunday for another episode of Girlcore.